In our Bible reading, I am reading from the Geneva Bible, 1560 edition. It is a facsimile, and we are reading St. Matthew, or according to St. Matthew. We're in chapter 9. Excuse me. It is written, Then he entered into a ship and passed over and came into his own city. And lo, they brought to him a man sick of the palsy, lying on a bed. And Jesus, excuse me, seeing their faith, said to the sick of the palsy, Son, be of good comfort. Thy sins are forgiven thee. And behold, certain of the scribes said with themselves, This man blasphemeth. And when Jesus saw their thoughts, he said, Wherefore think ye evil things in your hearts? For whether is it easier to say, Thy sons are forgiven thee, or to say, Arise and walk? And that ye may know that the Son of Man hath authority in earth to forgive sins. Then said he unto the sick of the palsy, Arise, take up thy bed, and go to thine house. And he arose and departed to his own house. So when the multitude saw it, they marveled and glorified God, which had given such authority to men. And as Jesus passed forth from them, he saw a man sitting at the receipt of custom named Matthew, and said to him, Follow me. And he arose and followed him. And it came to pass, as Jesus sat at meat in his house, behold, many publicans and sinners that came thither sat down at the table with Jesus and his disciples. And when the Pharisees saw that, they said to his disciples, Why eateth your master with publicans and sinners? Now when Jesus heard it, he said unto them, The whole need not a physician, but them that are sick. But go ye and learn what this is. I will have mercy and not sacrifice, for I am not come to call the righteous, but the sinners to repentance. Then came the disciples of John to him, saying, Why do we, why do we and the Pharisees fast oft, and thy disciples fast not? And Jesus said unto them, Can the children of the marriage chamber mourn as long as the bridegroom is with them? But the days will come when the bridegroom shall be taken from them, and then shall they fast. Moreover, no man pieceth an old garment with a piece of new cloth, for that should fit it up. For that should fill it up taketh away from the garment, and the breach is worse. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to stumble on that. It was just kind of hard to see. Neither do they put new wine into old vessels, but when the vessels would break, for then the vessels would break, and the wine would be split, and the vessels should perish. But they put new wine into new vessels, and so are both preserved. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to stumble on the words. While he thus spake unto them, behold, there came a certain ruler and worshipped him, saying, My daughter is now deceased, but come and lay hands on her, and she shall live. And Jesus arose and followed him with his disciples. And behold, a woman which was diseased with an influx of blood 12 years, came behind him and touched the hem of his garment. For she said in herself, If I may touch but his garment only, I will be made whole. Then Jesus turned about him, and seeing her, did say, Daughter, be of good comfort. Thy faith hath made thee whole. And the woman was made whole at that hour. Now when Jesus came into the ruler's house, and saw the minstrels and the multitude making noise, he said unto them, Get you hence, for the maid is not dead, but sleepeth. And they laughed him to scorn. And when the multitude were put forth, he went in and took her by the hand, and the maid arose. And this, what is this word? That can't be brute. I'm thinking news. Went through all out of, went throughout all their land. And as Jesus departed thence, two blind men followed him, crying and saying, O Son of David, have mercy upon us. And when he was come into the house, the blind came to him, and Jesus said unto them, Believe ye that I am able to do this? And they said unto him, Yea, Lord. Then touched he their eyes, saying, According to your faith, be it unto you. And their eyes were opened. And Jesus charged them, saying, See that no man know it. And when they departed, they spread abroad his fame throughout all that land. Could you imagine? Here it is. Jesus says, Don't be telling nobody. And immediately they run out and they totally disobey him. Okay. And when they were just departed, they spread abroad his fame throughout all that land. And as they went out, behold, they brought to him a dumb man possessed with a devil. And when the devil was cast out, the dumb spake. Then the multitude marveled, saying, The like was never seen in Israel. But the Pharisees said, He casteth out devils through the prince of devils. And Jesus went about all cities and towns, teaching in their synagogues and preaching the gospel of the kingdom, and healing every sickness and every deafness among the people. And when he saw the multitude, he had compassion upon them, because they were, what's that word? They were dispersed and spread abroad as sheep having no shepherd. Then said he to his disciples, Surely the harvest is great, but laborers are few. Wherefore, pray the Lord of the harvest that he would send forth laborers into his harvest. Chapter 10. And he called his disciples unto him, and gave them power against unclean spirits, to cast them out, and to heal every sickness and every disease. Now the name of the 12 apostles are these. The first is Simon, called Peter, and Andrew his brother, James the son of Zebedee, and John his brother, Philip and Bartholomew, Thomas and Matthew the publican, James the son of Alphaeus, and Lebbaeus, whose surname was Thaddeus, Simon the Canaanite, and Judas Iscariot, who also betrayed him. These 12 did Jesus send forth, and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into the cities of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And as ye go, preach, saying, The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick, cleanse the leper, raise up the dead, cast out the devils. Freely ye have received, freely give. Possess not gold, nor silver, nor money in your girdles, nor a scrip for the journey, neither 2 coats, neither shoes, nor staff, for the workman is worthy of his meat. And into whatsoever city or town ye shall come, inquire who is worthy in it, and there abide till ye go thence. And when ye come into an house, salute the same. And if the house be worthy, let your peace come upon it. But if it be not worthy, let your peace return to you. And whosoever shall not receive you, nor hear your words, when ye depart out of that house or that city, shake the dust off your feet. Truly I say unto you, it shall be easier for them of the land of Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment than for that city. Behold, I send you as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and innocent as doves. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up into the councils, or unto the councils. I said that so wrong. Excuse me. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and will scourge you in their synagogues. And ye shall be brought to the governors and kings for my sake, and witness to them and to the Gentiles. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that hour what ye shall say. For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. And the brother shall betray the brother to death, and the father the son. And the children shall rise against their parents, and shall cause them to die. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name. But he that endureth to the end, he shall be saved. And when they persecute you in this city, flee into another. For verily I say unto you, ye shall not finish all the cities of Israel till the Son of Man be come. The disciple is not above his master, nor the servant above his Lord. It is enough for the disciple to be as his master, and the servant as his Lord. If they have called the master of the house Beelzebub, how much more them of his household? Fear them not, therefore, for there is nothing covered that shall not be disclosed, nor hid that shall not be known. What I tell you in darkness, that speak ye in light, and what ye hear in the ear, that preach ye on the houses. And fear ye not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. Are not two sparrows sold for a farthing, and one of them shall not fall on the ground without your Father? Yea, and all the hairs of your head are numbered. Fear ye not, therefore, ye are of more value than many sparrows. Whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven. But whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father which is in heaven. Think not that I am come to send peace into the earth. I came not to send peace, but the sword. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's enemies shall be they of his own household. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And he that taketh not his cross and follow after me is not worthy of me. He that will save his life shall lose it, and he that loseth his life for my sake shall save it. He that receiveth you receiveth me, and he that receiveth me receiveth him that hath sent me. He that receiveth a prophet in the name of a prophet shall receive a prophet's reward. And he that receiveth a righteous man in the name of a righteous man shall receive the reward of a righteous man. And whosoever shall give unto one of these little ones to drink a cup of cold water only, in the name of a disciple, verily I say unto you, he shall not lose his reward. Chapter 11. And it came to pass that when Jesus had made an end of commanding his 12 disciples, he departed thence to teach and to preach in their cities. And when John heard in the prison the works of Christ, he sent 2 of his disciples and said unto him, Art thou he that should come, or shall we look for another? And Jesus answering said unto them, Go and show John what things ye have heard and seen. The blind receive sight, the halt go, the lepers are cleansed, the deaf hear, the dead are raised, and the poor receive the gospel. And blessed is he that shall not be offended in me. And as they departed, Jesus began to speak unto the multitude of John. What went ye out into the wilderness to see? A reed shaken with the wind? But what went ye out to see? A man clothed in soft raiment? Behold, they that wear soft clothing are in kings' houses. But what went ye out to see? A prophet? Yea, I say unto you, and more than a prophet. For this is he of whom it is written, Behold, I send my messenger before thy face, which shall prepare thy way before thee. Verily I say unto you, among them which are begotten of women, of men, I'm sorry. There's like it's a dot in there. I don't know why. Verily I say unto you, among them which are begotten of men, arose there not a greater than John Baptist. Notwithstanding, he that is the least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he. And from the time of John Baptist hitherto, the kingdom of heaven suffereth violence, and the violent take it by force. For all the prophets and the law prophesied unto John. And if ye will receive it, this is Elias, which was to come. He that hath ears to hear, no, that doesn't make sense. I'm sorry, not cares, ears. He that hath ears to hear, let him hear. But whereunto shall I liken this generation? It is like unto little children, which sit in the markets and call unto their fellows, and say, We have piped unto you, and ye have not danced. We have mourned unto you, and ye have not lamented. For John came neither eating nor drinking, and they say, He hath a devil. The Son of Man came eating and drinking, and they say, Behold, a glutton, and a drinker of wine, a friend unto publicans and sinners. Wisdom is justified of her children. Then began he to upbraid the cities wherein most of his great works were done, because they repented not. Woe be to thee, Chorazin! Woe be to thee, Bethsaida! For if the great works which were done in you had been done in Tyrus and Sidon, they had repented long ago in sackcloth and ashes. But I say to you, it shall be easier for Tyrus and Sidon at the day of judgment than for you. And then Capernaum, and thou Capernaum, which are lifted up unto heaven, shalt be brought down to hell. For if the great works which have been done in thee had been done among them of Sodom, they had remained to this day. But I say unto you, that it shall be easier for them of the land of Sodom in the day of judgment than for thee. At that time Jesus answered and said, I give thee thanks, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because thou hast hid these things from the wife and men, from the wise and men of understanding, and hath opened them unto babes. It is so, O Father, because thy good pleasure was such. All things are given unto me of my Father, and no man knoweth the Son but the Father, neither knoweth any man the Father but the Son, and he to whom the Son will, and to him the Son will reveal him. Come unto me, all ye that are weary and laden, and I will ease you. Take my yoke on you, and learn of me, that I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy, and my burden is light. Chapter 12. At that time Jesus went on a Sabbath day through the corn, and his disciples were an hungered, began to pluck the ears of corn and to eat. And when the Pharisees saw it, they said unto him, Behold, thy disciples do that which is not lawful to do upon the Sabbath. But he said unto them, Have ye not read what David did when he was hungered, and they that were with him? How he entered into the house of God, and ate the showbread, which was not lawful for him to eat, neither for them which were with him, but only for the priests. Or have you not read in the law how that on the Sabbath days the priest in the temple break the Sabbath and are blameless? But I say unto you that here is one greater than the temple. Wherefore, if ye knew what this is, I will have mercy and not sacrifice, ye would not have condemned the innocents. For the Son of Man is Lord even of the Sabbath. And he departed thence and went into their synagogue. And behold, there was a man which had his hand dried up. And they asked him, saying, Is it lawful to heal upon a Sabbath day? That they might accuse him. And he said unto them, What man shall there be among you that shall have a sheep, and if it fall on Sabbath day into a pit, will not he take it and lift it out? How much more then is a man better than a sheep? Therefore it is lawful to do well on a Sabbath day. Then said he to the man, Stretch forth thine hand. And he stretched it forth, and it was made whole as the other. Then the Pharisees went out and consulted against him. Consulted? Yeah. How they might destroy him. And when Jesus knew it, he departed thence, and great multitudes followed him, and he healed them all, and charged them that they should not make him known, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken of Isaiah the prophet, saying, Behold, my servant whom I have chosen, my beloved, in whom my soul delighteth. I will put my spirit on him, and he shall show judgment to the Gentiles. He shall not strive nor cry, neither shall any man hear his voice in the streets. A bruised reed shall he not break, and smoking flax shall he not quench, till he bring forth the judgment unto victory. And in his name shall the Gentiles trust. Then was brought to him one possessed with a devil, both blind and dumb, and he healed him, so that he which was blind and dumb both spake and saw. And all the people were amazed and said, Is not this the son of David? And when the Pharisees heard it, they said, This man casteth the devils no otherwise out, but through Beelzebub, the prince of devils. And Jesus knew their thoughts, and said to them, Every kingdom divided against itself shall be brought to naught, And every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. So if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom endure? Also, if I through Beelzebub cast out devils, by whom do your children cast them out? Therefore, they shall be your judges. But if I cast out devils by the Spirit of God, then is the kingdom of God come unto you. Else how can a man enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he first bind the strong man, and then spoil his house? He that is not with me is against me, and he that gathereth not with me scattereth. Wherefore I say unto you, every sin and blasphemy shall be forgiven unto men, but the blasphemy against the Holy Ghost shall not be forgiven unto men. Whosoever shall speak a word against the Son of Man, it shall be forgiven him. But whosoever shall speak against Holy Ghost, it shall not be forgiven him, neither in this world nor in the world to come. Either make the tree good and his fruit good, or else make the tree evil and his fruit evil. For the tree is known by the fruit. O generation of vipers, how can you speak good things when ye are evil? For of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaketh. A good man out of the good treasure of his heart bringeth forth good things, and an evil man out of an evil treasure bringeth forth evil things. But I say unto you, that of every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof at the day of judgment. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned. Then answered certain of the scribes and of the Pharisees, saying, Master, we would see a sign of thee. But he answered and said to them, An evil and adulterous generation seeketh a sign, but no sign shall be given unto it, save the sign of the prophet Jonas. For as Jonah was 3 days and 3 nights in the whale's belly, so shall the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth. The men of Nineveh shall rise in judgment with this generation and condemn it. For they repented at the preaching of Jonas, and behold, a greater than Jonas is here. The queen of the south shall rise in judgment with this generation, and shall condemn it. For she came from the utmost parts of the earth to hear the wisdom of Solomon, and behold, a greater than Solomon is here. Now, when the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh throughout dry places, seeking rest, and findeth none. Then he saith, I will return into mine house, from whence I came. And when he is come, he findeth it empty, swept, and garnished. Then he goeth and maketh unto him 7 other spirits worse than himself. And they, move in and dwell there. And the end of that man is worse than the beginning. Even so shall it be with this wicked generation. Well, he set While he yet spake to the multitude, behold, his mother and his brethren stood without, desiring to speak with him. Then one said unto him, Behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee. But he answered and said to him that told him, Who is my mother, and who are my brethren? He stretched forth his hand toward his disciples and said, Behold, my mother and my brethren. For whosoever shall do my Father's will, which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother. Chapter 18. The same day went Jesus out. Oh, not say 18, forgive me, guys. 13. Yeah, 13. The same day went Jesus out of the house and sat by the seaside. And great multitudes resorted unto him, so that he went into a ship and sat down. The whole multitude stood on the shore. When he spake many things to them in parables, saying, Behold, a sower went forth to sow. And as he sowed, some fell by the wayside, and the fowls came and devoured them up. And some fell upon stony ground, where they had not much earth. And anon they sprung up, because they had no depth of earth. And when the sun rose up, they were parched, and for lack of rooting, withered away. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprung up and choked them. Some again fell in good ground, and brought forth the fruit, one corn 100-fold, some 60-fold, and another 30-fold. He that hath ears to hear, let him hear. Then the disciples came and said to him, Why speakest thou to them in parables? And he answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the secrets of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. For whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away, even that he hath. Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they seeing do not see, and hearing they do not hear, neither understand. So in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah, which prophecy saith, By hearing ye shall hear, and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see, and shall not perceive. For this people's heart is waxed fat, and their ears are dull of hearing. With their eyes they have winked, lest they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and should understand with their hearts, and should return, that I might heal them. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them. Hear ye therefore the parable of the sower. Whensoever a man heareth the word of the kingdom, and understandeth it not, the evil one cometh, and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart. And this is he which hath received the seed by the wayside. He that receives seed in the stony ground is he which heareth the word, and incontently with joy receiveth it. God, I don't know what that word is. I'm so sorry, guys. Yet hath he no root in himself, endureth but a season. For as soon as tribulation or persecution cometh because of the word, by and by he is offended. And he that receiveth the seed among thorns is he that heareth the word, but the care of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he is made unfruitful. But he that receiveth the seed in the good ground is he that heareth the word, and understandeth it, which also beareth fruit, and bringeth forth some 100-fold, some 60-fold, and some 30-fold. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, The kingdom of heaven is like unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, there came his enemy, and sowed tares among the wheat, and went his way. And when the blade was sprung up, and brought forth the fruit, then appeared the tares also. Then came the servants of the householder, and said unto him, Master, sowest thou not thou good seed in thy field? From whence then hath it tares? And he said to them, The envious man hath done this. Then the servants said unto him, Wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said, Nay, least while ye go about to gather the tares, ye pluck up also with them the wheat. Let both grow together until the harvest. And in time of harvest I will say to the reapers, Gather ye first the tares, and bind them in sheaves to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. Another parable he put forth unto them, saying, The kingdom of heaven is like unto a grain of mustard seed, which a man taketh and soweth in his field, which indeed is the least of all seeds. But when it is grown, it is the greatest among herbs, and is a tree, so that the birds of heaven come and build in the branches thereof. Another parable spake he to them, The kingdom of heaven is like unto leaven, which a woman taketh and hide in there 3 pecks of meal, till all be leavened. All these things spake Jesus unto the multitude in parables, and without parables spake he not to them, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by the prophet, saying, I will open my mouth in parables, and will utter the things which have been kept secret from the foundation of the world. Then sent Jesus the multitude away, and went into the house. And his disciples came unto him, saying, Declare unto us the parable of the tares of the field. Then answered he and said to them, He that soweth the good seed is the Son of Man. And the field is the world, and the good seed, they are the children of the kingdom, and the tares are the children of the wicked. The enemy that soweth them is the devil, and the harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers be the angels. And then the tares are gathered and burned in the fire. So shall it be in the end of this world. The Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all things that offend, and them which do iniquity, and shall cast them into a furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. Then shall the just men shine as the sun in the kingdom of their Father. He that hath ears to hear, let him hear. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a treasure hid in the field, which a man hath found, he hideth it, and for joy thereof departeth and selleth all that he hath, and buyeth that field. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like to a merchant man that seeketh good pearls, who, having found a pearl of great price, went and sold all that he had and bought it. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a drawn net cast into the sea, that gathereth all kinds of things, which when it is full, men draw to land, and sit and gather the good into vessels, and cast the bad away. So shall it be at the end of the world. The angels shall go forth and sever the bad from among the just, and shall cast them into a furnace of fire. There shall be there shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. Jesus said unto him, Understand ye all these things? They said unto him, Yea, Lord. Then said he unto them, Therefore every scribe which is taught unto the kingdom of heaven is like unto a householder, which bringeth forth out of his treasure things both new and old. And it came to pass that when Jesus had ended these parables, he departed thence. The householder? I just want to make sure I read verse 51 correctly, or 52. I want to read it again. Then said he unto them, Therefore every scribe which is taught unto the kingdom of heaven is like unto an householder, which bringeth forth out of his treasure things both new and old. And it came to pass that when Jesus had ended these parables, he departed thence, and came into his own country, and taught them in their synagogues, so that they were astonished, and said, Whence cometh this wisdom and great works unto this man? Is not this the carpenter's son? Is not his mother called Marie, and his brethren James and Joseph and Simon and Judas? And are not his sisters all with us? Whence then hath he all these things? And they were offended with him. Then Jesus said to them, A prophet is not without honor, save in his own country and in his own house. And he did not many works there for their unbelief's sake. Chapter 14. At that time Herod the Tetrarch heard of the fame of Jesus, and said unto his servants, This is John Baptist. He is risen again from the dead, and therefore great works are wrought by him. For Herod had John, and bound him, and put him in prison, for Herodias' sake, his brother Philip's wife. And John said unto him, It is not lawful for thee to have her. And when he would have put him to death, he feared the multitude, because they counted him as a prophet. But when Herod's birthday was kept, the daughter of Herodias danced before them, and pleased Herod. Wherefore he promised with an oath that he would give her whatsoever she would take or ask. And she, being before instructed of her mother, said, Give me here John Baptist's head in a platter. And the king was sorry. Nevertheless, because of the oath, and them that sat with him at the table, he commanded it to be given her, and sent and beheaded John in the prison. And his head was brought in a platter, and given to the maid, and she brought it unto her mother. And his disciples came and took up his body, and buried it, and went and told Jesus. And when Jesus heard it, he departed thence by ship into a desert place apart. And when the multitude had heard it, they followed him afoot out of the cities. And Jesus went forth and saw a great multitude, and was moved with compassion toward them, and he healed their sick. And when even was come, his disciples came to him, saying, This is a desert place, and the hour is already past. Let the multitude depart, that they may go into the towns and buy them victuals. Then Jesus said to them, They have no need to go away. Give ye them to eat. Then said they unto him, We have here but 5 loaves and 2 fishes. And he said, Bring them hither to me. And he commanded the multitude to sit down on the grass, and took the 5 loaves and the 2 fishes, and looked up to heaven, and blessed, and brake, and gave the loaves to his disciples, and the disciples to the multitude. And they all did eat. I said that wrong. And they did all eat and were sufficed. And they took up the fragments that remained, 12 baskets full. And they that had eaten were about 5,000 men, beside women and little children. And straightway Jesus compelled his disciples to enter into a ship and to go over before him, while he sent the multitude away. And as soon as he had sent the multitude away, he went up into a mountain alone to pray. And when the evening was come, he was there alone. And the ship was now in the midst of the sea, and was tossed with waves, for it was a contrary wind. In the fourth watch of the night, Jesus went unto them, walking on the sea. And when his disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were troubled, saying, It is a spirit, and cried out for fear. But straightway Jesus spake unto them, saying, Be of good comfort, it is I, be not afraid. Then Peter answered him and said, Master, if it be thou, bid me come unto thee on the waves. I love Peter. Let me do it. And he said, Come. And when Peter was come down out of the ship, he walked on the water to go to Jesus. But when he saw a mighty wind, he was afraid. And as he began to sink, he cried, saying, Master, save me. So immediately Jesus stretched forth his hand and caught him, and said, O thou of little faith, wherefore didst thou doubt? And as soon as they were come into the ship, the wind ceased. Then they were in the ship, came and worshipped him, saying, Of a truth, thou art the Son of God. And when they were come over, they came into the land of Gennesaret. And when the men of that place knew him, they sent out into all that country round about, and brought unto him all that were sick, and besought him that he might touch that they might touch the hem of his garment only. And as many as touched it were made whole. Amazing, guys, amazing. All right, chapter 15. Then came to Jesus the scribes and Pharisees, which were of Jerusalem, saying, Why do thy disciples transgress the tradition of the elders? For they wash not their hands when they eat bread. But he answered and said unto them, Why do ye also transgress the commandment of God by your traditions? For God hath commanded, saying, Honor thy father and mother, and he that curseth father or mother, let him die the death. But ye say, Whosoever shall say to father or mother, By the gift is offered by me, thou mayest have profit. What? But ye say, Whosoever shall say to father or mother, By thy gift, or by the gift that is offered by me, thou mayest have profit. Though he honor not his father or his mother, shall be free. Thus have ye made the commandment of God of no authority by your traditions. O hypocrites! Isaiah prophesied well of you, saying, This people draweth near unto me with their mouth, and honoreth me with their lips, but their heart is far off from me. But in vain they do worship me, teaching for doctrines men's precepts. Then he called the multitude unto him, and said to him, Hear and understand. That which goeth into the mouth defileth not the man, but that which cometh out of the mouth, that defileth the man. Then came his disciples and said unto him, Perceive thou not that the Pharisees are offended in hearing this saying? But he answered and said, Every plant which mine heavenly Father hath not planted shall be rooted up. Let them alone. they be the blind leaders of the blind. And if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into the ditch. Then answered Peter and said to him, Declare unto us this parable. Then said Jesus, Are ye yet without understanding? Perceive ye not that whatsoever entereth into thy mouth goeth into the belly, and is cast out into the drought? But those things which proceedeth out of the mouth came from the heart, and they defile the man. For out of the heart come evil thoughts, murderers, adulteries, fornications, thefts, false testimonies, slanderers. These are the things which defile the man. But to eat with unwashed hands defileth not the man. And Jesus went thence and departed into the coast of Tyrus and Sidon. And behold, a woman Canaanite came out of the same coast and cried, saying unto him, Have mercy on me, O Lord, the Son of David. My daughter is miserably vexed with a devil. But he answered her not a word. Then came to him his disciples and besought him, saying, Send her away, for she crieth after us. But he answered and said, I am not sent unto the lost sheep. No, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Yes, she came and worshipped him, saying, Lord, help me. And he answered and said, It is not good to take the children's bread and to cast it to the whelps. And she said, Truth, Lord. Yet indeed the whelps eat of the crumbs which fall from their master's table. Then Jesus answered and said unto her, O woman, great is thy faith. Be it to thee as thou desirest. And her daughter was made whole at that hour. So Jesus went away from thence and came near unto the Sea of Galilee, and went up into a mountain and sat down there. And great multitudes came unto him, having with them halt, blind, dumb, maimed, and many other, and cast them down at Jesus' feet. And he healed them. Insomuch that the multitude wondered to see the dumb speak, the maimed whole, the halt to go, and the blind to see. And they glorified the God of Israel. Then Jesus called his disciples unto him and said, I have compassion on this multitude, because they have continued with me already 3 days, and have nothing to eat. I will not let them depart fasting, lest they faint in the way. And his disciples said unto him, When should we go? When should we get so much bread in the wilderness as should suffice for great a multitude? And Jesus said unto them, How many loaves have ye? And they said, 7, and a few little fishes. Then he commanded the multitude to sit down on the ground. And he took the 7 loaves and the fishes, and gave thanks, and brake them, and gave to his disciples, and the disciples to the multitude. And they all did eat. I said that wrong. And they did all eat, and were sufficed. And they took up the fragments that remained, 7 baskets full. And they that had eaten were 4,000 men, beside women and little children. Then Jesus sent away the multitude, and took ship, and came into the parts of Magdala. All right, I'm going to end that there, guys. We will pick up later in chapter 16, it looks like. All right. So until then, keep your eyes on Jesus and your nose in the book, which is the Word of God. And let us embed the Word of God upon the tablets of our hearts, so you and I will not sin against God or be deceived. Have a beautiful, blessed day.